Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Moonvember. Not necessarily crossing fingers. I'm very confident in the future price action, but welcome to another month, another bullish month, perhaps for Bitcoin, at least the second last bullish month of the year. If you like this content in this video, smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section, all of that for the algorithm. So let's talk about Bitcoin, just how we're feeling this month. If you didn't notice, on TikTok, I made a video with a Bitcoin November update, just a simple rehashing of that video. I believe that we are going to hit $100,000 this month. I will say I'm a little, just 5% less confident about that $100,000 number right now than I was when I made that video on Saturday. Because here's what I was expecting. I was expecting a close above $63,000, the Plan B target number. Nothing to worry about, by the way. Close above $63,000, a November 1st, much like October 1st, where we had some short squeezes, push the price up a few $1,000s, and then we'd be off to the races up to $100,000, get rejected there, go down to $75,000. And I still think that we're going to see something like that, a 20 to 25% correction this month before heading back up for December. Now we don't have that explosive start to the month. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about missing Plan B's $63,000 target. Plan B is not worried about missing his $63,000 target. I mean, come on, guys. We hit $67,000 in September. So let's say he's wrong about November. We don't close at $98,000. We could still go up to $110,000 and then not close at $98,000. December, I think we're going up to $200,000. And oh no, maybe we close at $130,000. I have been saying on this channel for a while, at least during my live streams, I know I've said it several times before, I am with Plan B 95% of the way. I think Plan B stock to flow is about 95% on point, and that is something that I will roll with for the rest of my life. I am with Plan B, and you should be as well. No worries. Yeah. I mean, I hope that you weren't checking the Bitcoin price every minute yesterday, just praying for us to close at $63,000. It didn't need to happen. Okay. So let's move on. Let's plow ahead for the rest of the month. Now, again, I think we're going to hit $100,000. A little bit less confident in that given the start, but we can certainly still do that. But if we only hit $90,000 and then have a correction down to 72 before starting moving up the rest of the run in December, that's fine, because remember what happens at the end of Bitcoin bull runs. I think the price, when we crossed $10,000, it was only a matter of days until we got to $20,000 in 2017. So it could be something similar this time around too, where we cross $100,000 and then we get to $200,000 within a matter of days, or maybe we don't even get to $200,000 and we have a rounded top like we had in April and May, and really starting in February until May. Whatever the case, it's going to be okay if I'm wrong a little bit this month. I mean, guys, you know that I have been pretty much on point since July. If I'm off a little bit this month, whatever. I am still convinced that we are moving in the right direction. We are forming. I mean, guys, people are buying. They are greedy under $60,000. $60,000 is the new $30,000. And it's only a matter of time before this coil starts to spring and we see movement upwards, whether that's a day or a week or a few weeks. It's coming. So if you remember last month, I talked about a few people who were kind of like the nemesis of the month, and Blockchain Backer is not a nemesis. If you've listened to me, I've told you he's probably my favorite YouTube analyst out there, and I'll explain why in a second. But last month I had a few nemesises. What's nemesi? What's the plural? I don't know. But we had people like Inverse Bull, who has hilariously deleted his Twitter account. I love it. Oh my goodness. Please don't delete your Twitter account if you're wrong, Blockchain Backer. We have Agris, who is just turning into the next crypto whale. If you don't know anything about crypto whale, God bless you. You are in a good spot. We had a guy named Raj as well who were calling for September. September was going all according to plan, and then October we were going to start the descent down to $20,000, down to the teens, and then we were going to bounce off that 200-week moving average, and then continue a bull run. And that would have taken place over a matter of a year, a couple years, something like that. And they lost. They're done, and they look like fools. And blockchain backer, no matter what happens, is not going to look like a fool. But I want to encourage you. I want to bring up something that the blockchain backer believes in. He's a big XRP guy. He doesn't own any. Well, no, he does own some Bitcoin. He sold a lot of his Bitcoin earlier this year, that first go round. But he is admittedly an XRP guy. And he believes that Bitcoin is going to peak at between 72 and 85,000. And that's going to be the peak for the entire cycle. And then we're going to, in the bear market over the next couple of years, we're going to go down to, again, the teens with Bitcoin. And I'm convinced that he's wrong. But, just here's some things that I love about the blockchain backer, though. Again, no matter what, he is my favorite crypto analysis. What I love is his use of Fibonacci retracement levels. He loves the fibs. It's not all he does. He does Elliott waves too. I'm learning a ton by watching him. I want to, over time, incorporate Fibonacci retracement levels into my own analysis. And so I'm going to be, especially during the bear market, gleaning a lot from what he shares on this. But here's something fascinating. So if you ever doubt the power of the 0.702 Fibonacci, this is a huge level for him. And this is something that we will be talking about in the bear market, the 702 Fibonacci retracement level, because here's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Sorry, I'm going in a divergence here, but Bitcoin will peak wherever it peaks. It'll go down, and then you'll have a second chance if you want to make some money to buy the dip and then sell right here. Like literally right here, the 702 Fibonacci retracement level. This is a key psychological level where retail around this time starts to think, oh, hey, the bull run is back on, and they buy back in, and then institutions, they're ready for it and they dump, and retail is caught holding the bag again. I know institutions are just like frothing at the mouth for this time. So this is going to happen. I'm convinced this is going to happen with Bitcoin again, wherever it peaks. Let's say it peaks at $85,000, that we're going to go down to the 30s, the 40s, go back up to the 702, and then dump from there. But I think it's going to, if it peaks at $100,000, $150,000, $200,000, whatever that 702 retracement level is, that's going to be a second opportunity to sell if you didn't sell at the peak. And so for him, the 702 is huge. If you break through the 702, it's off to the races. And so Bitcoin has done that. For him, it's peaking at $72,000 to $85,000, which I think is off. And so this is really interesting too. So the 702 Fibonacci retracement level, this one still blows my mind. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, when measured in our old money, silver. The DJI has been in a bear market for 20 plus years. We've just printed our way into an illusion. What a fascinating assessment. Yeah. Because 20 years ago, an ounce of silver was like $5. It might have even been less than that. I remember when I graduated high school in 2000, somebody gave me an ounce of silver. I had no idea what it was. I just thought it was $1. So I spent the dollar, and I'm like kicking myself. Not too much. That ounce of silver is now worth $20 or $25 or something like that. But it's an interesting perspective to have, and look exactly where it bounced off of. Where it got rejected was that 702 Fibonacci retracement level. And so here's my critique of the blockchain backer, which, by the way, $39 well spent if you were to enroll in his course. But we have the guys from last month. We have Agris, we have Inverse Bull, we have Raj. Their problem was that they were too focused on one thing, which was looking at technical analysis, looking at the charts. They got faked out by the Elon Musk pump in February that drove the price up to $58,000. And then the China FUD and Elon FUD that came in May that drove the price down. What that caused us to do was go too far gone, too soon, but also to dump too fast. And so they looked at the charts and they thought there were confirmations to them, logical confirmations to them, that we were in a bear market. They were unwilling to look at the external things that affected the dollar amounts for the prices of Bitcoin. And so they got trapped in that. And to an extent, the blockchain backer is kind of trapped. If he were to, I don't think he'll ever watch this, but if he ever did, I hope that I'm doing justice to his argument. He's very big on Fibonacci retracement levels, and he's very big on Elliott waves. And there's certain things that is causing him to think through that I would say just don't quite line up with Bitcoin cycles. If you were to watch his analysis, he's not taking the halvings into consideration. Like, I hope that if I'm wrong, I will edit this video. I will do whatever I can. I will clarify. But I don't think he's basing bottoms and peaks off of the 4-year cycles. That if you were to ask him, the bear market bottom after Bitcoin peaks at 85,000, 72,000, whatever dollars would be something like 2024 or maybe even 2025, that would be the bear market bottom. And if you're like anyone else, you would think, wait a second, no, 2024 and 2025, the next halving is in 2024. It'll take about 18 months to a year to get to a peak. We'll be at our next peak in 2024, 2025. I believe that he thinks that the next peak would come a few years after that. So the 4-year cycle thing, because of his commitment to fibs, I think that is where he's getting his kind of thesis statement about peak at $85,000, drop down to the teens, run up to something higher several years from now. And I would say, please, blockchain backer, you've got to, with Bitcoin at least, take into consideration other factors. Now, I think if I were talking to him face to face, he'd be like, dude, I'd take into consideration plenty of factors. But it's bizarre. It's bizarre to me that for him, it's not a 4-year cycle thing. I'd love to look into it more. And if you've watched his videos, which I would recommend that you do, especially to get acquainted with fibs, because you will make a lot of money if you get acquainted with fibs. If you've watched his videos and you can explain that better, explain his logic behind that, I'd love to know. But just know it's not 4-year cycles for him. And that blows me away, because it just seems to me like, duh, 4-year cycles. So what's next? What's next for us? Well, here's something that really stuck out to me. I retweeted this on my Twitter account. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, WWBitcoin. Why is every coin just sweeping all-time highs and then dropping? So we're seeing this with Ethereum. Ethereum had a slight breakthrough, 4,400. Its all-time high was 4,375, and then it's dropped, and it hasn't been able to break through. Solana, same deal, broke through its all-time high, but now it's below that previous all-time high from a couple months ago. What else? DOT is knocking on its door. There's some other ones. There's some other ones as well. I'm having a hard time thinking through those right now. But a lot of cryptocurrencies are knocking on the doors of their all-time highs and then getting rejected there. So what's the deal? The deal is that we're waiting on Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin breaks through its all-time high, and dare I say even just the $64,900 level from May, because that shot up to $67,000 it was a flash in the pan, it was very quick. Once it breaks through that $64,900 level from May, we're going to see Ethereum start to roll. We're going to see Polkadot. Well, Polkadot's doing just fine, but again, it's right next to its all-time high, right around there right now. Solana, same deal. Chainlink, Litecoin, I believe. I know a lot of you are getting impatient with Litecoin because I've been talking a lot about how bullish I am on Litecoin. Litecoin is going to start to launch. It's all in Bitcoin's court right now. So that's what we have to look forward to. Once Bitcoin breaks through, we are off to the races with a lot of these alts, and your patience will be rewarded. And I hope that you're staying patient. So that is all I have for today. Happy November. I hope that all of your wildest dreams come true this month. But again, would love your support on this channel. Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment, let me know how your weekend was, how your Halloween was. But otherwise, I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.